right, so let's move on. Thank you for all the good feedback. So let's move on to the first annual Bronze Baron Bushies, which are
Right.
the anti awards or something, I
The
guess.
Razzies,
Yeah.
kind of like the Razzie
The
version of the
Razzies,
Academy
sure.
Awards.
It's the opposite of the bushies, which is the good stuff. Now this is the bad stuff. I before we load into this, I was thinking, right? We have Hero Physio on, and it's the Tower and Baron Awards. So how can I get this theme correct? And with that in mind, let's get to it.
Oh my god. It's happening.
Nice. The bush.
Oh man, look at those eyes.
Intensity. The pleasantness.
All right.
Nice.
Saskatoon Fields.
Oh man,
The Tower Berries.
that's amazing.
The tower berries, I like it. Also, it's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
phallus.
Oh, it's not phallic at all. What are you talking about? It's
That's awesome.
representing
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tower Baron and the Saskatoon Berry Fields. I don't
Tower,
know what are
yeah.
you guys
Oh,
what you
right.
guys are talking
There you
about.
That's right.
All
Full
right.
mass too.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard surface right there, right?
That's
Concrete.
tower. Still,
I like how there's like a little bush between the balls, between the
berries.
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 No,
Balls,
berries.
not balls, they're berries. The
Between the-
berries.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the berry bush, so it's
I don't
got
see
to.
balls.
Those berries look a little bit dry.
They do.
Oh,
But they're also sweet, right?
Oh God. Okay, so let's do this. So let's all right. So what was the worst hero that was released in 2017? So I guess I'll go first. Get everyone ready. So this is gonna be Hero Physio will be really upset with this, but the worst hero released in 2017 was Probius.
Probius.
All right, so Backpack, do you say Probius as well?
Probius.
Okay. What about Tower Baron?
Valera.
Okay. What about Scott?
Probius.
Oh, you guys.
So Hero Physio, you're last. What's the worst hero that was released in 2017?
All right, I went with slightly different criteria. I went worst like new release of a hero, just because I'm a big fan of all the heroes. They've tried to do something different, but of all the heroes, I think the one that got the least hype, the least kind of excitement behind it, I think was Cassia. She didn't get as much promotional material. Her skins were kind of there. Even Probius, there was so much excitement for a probe hero to enter the Nexus that people were excited to see how it came out. So is he the worst one? No, I think he's got a fantastic win rate. Cassia is going to be my pick for this one.
And also, as Bacon's putting up all the assets, I want to make this very clear. Overall, it was a really good year for Blizzard, and it was actually kind of hard to fill these out. So
Yeah, these
actually
are
the
just for
struggle-
fun,
Yeah,
to fuck around.
yeah. So again, overall, we all say that Blizzard had a really good year in 2017, and the hero releases were overall really good, and it's really hard actually to find like the worst of things. So, all right. So Bacon, what did you say?
I picked Valera.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Valera was my number 2.
Yeah,
So
me
much
too.
hate out there when she came out. Everyone was just like, another stealth hero. Come on.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
And
was
also,
just-
she was not really effective at all for a while, and then she got reworked, and now she's a pain in the ass for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, she was good
At all
but
levels.
people were complaining that she was able to just one-shot people, which, you know, was a valid complaint, but that was the
Yeah.
only thing that made her viable, and she got nerfed, and that took away like all her viability.
All right, so I guess it's Probius, right? 3 versus
What's the
Yeah,
what's your
we
case
have
for
to.
Probius? Where's your case for Probius? You can't just say Probius, we win.
no, just that he's like in the most 99% of circumstances he's useless.
That's not real.
No.
That's not true though. His win rate doesn't
Annoying.
reflect that. And Cassia,
Other than Brax's holdout,
Come on, Physio.
he's kind of no, like okay, go.
I
for
will
it.
say this: Probius was played in competitive too. So there are some heroes that didn't even make it in. Probius did make it into HGC in EU on Battlefield. So he was played. He's good. Great wave clear. Can take mercs. He's super fun to run around with. The guy builds cannons. He has 2 viable heroics.
He's a more annoying Gazlo.
I think he has more damage than Gazlo, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than Gazlo, certainly. He's better than Gazlo, but I hate Gazlo.
Aether
Wait.
Hot says in chat, Cassia is probably the most forgotten hero. That might be true, but then
That is
again,
true,
when
yeah.
she's picked in the right circumstances, like she's the hard carry for the game.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm
She's
never
a
thinking of
niche pick.
Cassius.
She's really good. She's just had the most underwhelming release, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but does that make it the worst? I think no.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the criteria is that how much of an impact did this character have? And I think Probius had the least impact.
Well, it wasn't,
Valyria had least
it
impact.
wasn't
She
the
wasn't
impact. It's the fact that Probius's gameplay sucks. let me throw down this tower that auto attacks and I can't even control it. And it's gonna do a lot of my damage. Like you already had Gazlo for that, but even now Gazlo can target what he hits.
Yep. That's
But
true.
does Gazlo have pylons that give shields?
And you play like
On
a
top of throwing this tower down, you need a pylon next to it for it to work.
and you're
Now, if
playing
you
a
have
glass
stitches-
cannon playstyle of poking in and out, hoping that you don't get caught by a CC because you have 4 HP, and you
Yep.
definitely need to poke your head out so you can pressure Q on the W's. And
We should do a game with Hero Physio playing Probius and Scott playing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I'm not saying that that Probius is ineffective. It's just really poor playstyle in my opinion. The kit sucks.
If you
And
have
it's
a
not really
stitches-
and it's
if you have
not
a stitches,
really
you
a
can hook someone in, right?
Hey, hook Dorso
Yeah.
into the Probius.
Hook Gorge
okay.
is the
zone.
Probius lay down. Done. That's it.
A lot of work.
All right, but anyway, so what do you guys wanted to conclude?
And my case for Valyria right now is that 2.5 second stun. There is no other feeling of helplessness of just standing there and letting a Valyria wail on you for that much time, and the only recourse you have is to auto attack the person, the Valyria, and then she takes the talent that gives you blind after the silence. So it's like, let an extra fuck you.
No, like I totally agree. Like when she came out, whatever 6-7 months ago, I was the most vocal about this was complete BS to have this character in the game. But
She is
She's toxic.
she's toxic, but she's also prevalent in the meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
that's
even
why
feels
I
worse.
chose her over Probius, because Probius was my number 2.
well, all right. Well, I mean, I honestly do
Probius
not
number
care which one it is. I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those two. That was my second pick.
Hero,
Yeah,
what's your
I don't
hero?
get
What's
either.
your pick?
I
Because
love
Cassia's
Probius.
out.
But
But
we go.
I can make a case for Valyria too. I think Blizz actually put her in to teach squishies to stick with their tanks and their healers. So I think Valyria was like
they
a
don't.
really good
They don't do
teaching
shit like
move.
that.
No.
No. All they
Said,
do,
"Hey,
then they
You
just
might
say,
just get
"Hey, let's put a
silenced and
rogue.
die."
Let's put a World of Warcraft rogue in Heroes of the Storm and see how that goes."
All right. We'll just say Valyria. Valyria is
Valyria.
the worst
Yeah.
hero.
In
Yeah.
honor of Hero
I
Physio.
would
give
say
Valyria.
for the Probius.
Okay.
Blizzard did a really good job on Valyria, bringing out the feel of a World of Warcraft rogue with all her
Yeah.
abilities and stuff.
Okay, so now we're going to do the worst rework of 2017. So the nominees are Nova, Samuro, Valera, Zeratul, Hammer, Leoric, Lili, Muradin, Zul'jin, Johanna, Morales, Chromie, Jaina, Zul, Malfurion, twice, Thrall, Alarak, Tyrande, Uther, Arthas, Murky, and Tassadar.
Damn,
You
that's
missed one. You missed one, and it's my pick. It's Butcher.
Oh yeah, and Butcher.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Butcher got a
It's my
rework.
pick.
Worst
Yeah.
rework?
Yep.
What?
They
That's right.
teased us for 2 weeks. They made him super good, and they took it away. I was so upset by that. So
Yeah.
upset.
No,
Alright,
that's a
it's
good
godly.
rework that was nerfed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that
That's a
was a
bad
good
rework.
rework. You're talking about balance adjustments here. Right?
Yeah, he was a rework. I
So-
think it was a rework.
I think the worst rework for me was again, this is probably recency bias, but the Nova rework.
No,
So-
it's gotta be
Nova,
Murky.
okay.
Murky was OP for a week. Then we went back to
I
being
thought
trash.
of Murky. I
That was
thought of
my
Murky
second
too.
pick. That was my
Murky
They
was
second
ruined
number-
it so
yeah,
hard.
Murky was number 2 for me.
Yeah.
So, but for me it was Nova because it just ruined quick match. So, and it ruined
Well,
it. 'cause,
Nova was already ruining quick match for a long time before
yeah,
this
but I mean,
rework,
now she was like more viable though.
Yeah.
That's the bad
I
thing.
guess.
So.
Scott,
Muradin.
Oh.
my
Worst.
carried until got ruined.
Oh,
Of course. Yeah, that's right.
And I got nothing in return. His survivability is worse. Like his damage is worse.
Mm.
Got like a little bit more utility now.
So it's all about you, Scott.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like my pick is all about
You're
me.
voting on your personal opinion on Nova. I mean, I'm taking mine.
All right, Hero Physio, what's your worst rework?
I'll preface this by saying I love all the reworks because they're trying to make them fit different rules and do different things with them. I'm gonna agree with Scott here. It's Muradin because
Oh.
after the entire rework and everything else, he lost his jump stun. Like with most of the other reworks, people gained things. Muradin just lost things through the rework, and,
Yeah.
and it's true. You don't actually gain a lot back from that trade-off.
Wasn't that nerf specifically for pro play,
Yes.
Yeah,
right? Isn't that why they got rid of it because of pro play?
heavy impact.
Well, they got rid of it after the rework because of pro play, but having the heavy impact stun at 16, I don't think was an issue.
that's 16, but at 7,
Yeah, yeah. at
that was
7, it
that was crazy.
And that's because of the rework, right? So that's
Yeah.
because of the rework. It was fine later on. They put it at 7, they made it early, and then they had to take it away. So, that kind of a rework where you move something intentionally, then have to get rid of it or revisit it. I mean, that shows that rework in the initial phase didn't turn out the way they thought it was.
Yeah, and how could they not have thought that that level 7 stun talent combined with the level 16 cooldown reduction wouldn't be cancerous at all? Like that is goddamn. Like one game with them, like okay, this is overpowered. Every insta pick, fucking every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so Bacon, you chose Tassadar.
Yeah.
Why?
They still haven't figured out Tassadar. How many times has he been touched throughout the years, and he's still completely overpowered in the meta, and especially in the higher level when it's carry enabler, or he's garbage.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
they reworked him, and they touched all his numbers and reworked his shield on top of that rework, and it still didn't do anything. And now he's just picked sometimes because he's got, that Tassadar plays Tassadar often, and, is able to, put down good walls or whatever. But, or there's that, Tracer hard carry that always plays Tracer, and the Tassadar's, okay, I'll try Tassadar this game. That's the only time Tassadar's picked now. He's completely out of the meta. And if they're gonna touch his numbers, he's gonna be dominant in the meta again. There's no in between with Tassadar.
Yeah.
Don't you
I
like
loved
having a
his play
task list
pre
in-
rework. His reworked play kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when the Archon at level 20 was infinite?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
times.
awesome.
Well, anyway, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever. How long will it take for us to find a consensus? I don't know.
So just have everyone vote for not their own first.
Yeah. That's what we did
Well, I
last
mean, I'll
time.
vote for Murden as not my own. That's also.
I think Butcher doesn't count because Butcher's
Oh.
rework was actually an improvement. They just nerfed
Yeah.
the rework a bit.
Yeah,
He's still
I
viable.
agree.
He's still
Yeah, he's
viable
not-
in certain situations.
No, but it's not as. Before you could just dive in, get some meat, and die, and it wouldn't matter, and it would be awesome because you'd finish your quest at level 8, and then you
Yeah, and
just
that's
dominate.
a dumbass playstyle.
No.
Yeah, that's bad.
If you're not
gameplay.
Butcher, if you're not
Let me
Butcher.
kamikaze the entire game and still be effective. That's how is that good
Yeah.
gameplay?
All right. So I would vote for Murden as my not pick.
Mhm.
I'd vote for Murky.
Murky.
I'd
huh?
vote for Tassadar.
Yeah, I like the Nova and the Mercury works.
Oh.
And I guess Tastar just because they haven't really quite settled him into
All right.
a really good spot yet.
It's Murden. We're gonna move on. It's Murden.
Okay.
Hey,
Wow, I didn't think I'd
Is-
win that.
I didn't think so either,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
It
me
may-
neither. But
You
I
changed
mean-
everyone's
I hear-
mind.
yeah,
Convinced
I
everyone.
think I think both Tassadar and Murden are good picks, but yeah, since Murden was so like he was like top tank in the meta before the rework, and now he's just kind of there, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was at the top before the rework. He was coming up, but like for the summer, about like 3 months before he got reworked, he was pretty low key. That's when I busted out the Keratin build.
Aether Hots is in
like-
chat, like trying to tilt hero.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm watching that too.
Yeah,
All right,
but
let's move on. Let's move on.
Murden is our pick.
yeah.
All right.
All right. So lastly, not lastly, we have 2 more left. So which character? It could be any character at all, but what character tilts you the most, or tilted you the most in Hero League drafts? So for me, playing at the silver level, that is Nova. So
I'm sensing a theme.
so
Yes.
let's
Nova
let's move-
hate.
what does Tower Brand say?
Cho'Gall.
Hero League, Dan?
Field goal.
Yeah, it
You're
has
talking
come
about
out in
like
Hero
1 or
League.
2 games?
Yeah,
talk-
and I've
you're talking
gotten
about
super
one team
pissed.
that had
'Cause I'm
eight-
like, this game is trash now. I'm just gonna waste my
All right.
time.
That's a wasted. That's a wasted pick by Tower Brand. But let's go to our Hero Physio. Who's what character, if any, tilted you the most in Hero League, if at all?
none that I ever go up against because I like playing against all the weird comps. I like figuring out what's good, what's not. I think I'm the more tilting one when I pick Probius on my team.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Probius. All right.
Don't get tilted, tilt other people.
All right.
That's what I learned.
Oh shit.
That's a show. That's a show title. All right. Let's go to Scott.
Murky.
Okay. Let's go to Old Backpack.
Sylvanas.
Oh.
Oh, Sylvanas, interesting.
She's
All
up
right,
there.
so
Top 5.
I vote to remove Cho'Gall immediately.
No, it's tilting though.
No,
like,
it's
like,
tilting.
It's happened to me
I
too.
even have people just like hover over him and I get pissed. Not even
Yeah,
selecting
me
them.
too. I get
They're like
that.
they're showing Cho'Gall or Cho'Gall or whatever. I'm like, no. And then they
And
get
then
flamed
they-
yeah,
out.
we're doing it.
They get
And then
flamed
there's
really hard,
also
and that makes me
that
wanna pick
one
more.
support man going, "Oh, okay, guys, I'll pick Ario. This is still meta from 6 months ago, right?" No, she can't heal worth shit anymore with Cho'Gall. 4-second cooldown.
And so for those of you who can't see, Bacon shows Medivh,
Yeah.
which I find very, because Medivh is really good, right? Theoretically, at the Grandmaster master level.
If it's an
He's
HGC
decent.
player, yes, but outside of them, it's just like it's the same shit. I'll be a good midi if I'll carry the team, guys, and then he ends up doing nothing. Hey, here's a portal. Oh, I'll take the portal into a boss stun. Congratulations, you're dead.
All right.
Hey,
well,
how about I fucking use my leyline seal and a body block seal around you so you can't move for 3 seconds? That shit happens too.
all right. So let's everyone vote for someone that's not yours. Okay. So I'll vote for Sylvanas.
Domo variant, yeah, he plays midi too. Shit. I've played with him a couple times. Sorry. What? You guys are
I'm
why?
surprised.
Yeah,
Surprised no one
vote
picked
for someone
Illity.
not your own. Vote for not your
Really in Hero League, huh? No.
Vote for not your own pick.
All right.
Well, I think
Starbird.
just remove Cho'Gall right away.
Oh, what the?
I'd say Cho'Gall's more viable than Nova for me. Is getting tilted.
Oh, maybe Cho'Gall could be it.
Interesting.
Like if the
What-
enemy team last picks Cho'Gall and you have like one counter and like you need like a certain you need like a healer, so you can't counter them.
Yeah.
Like it's just like fuck, man. We already lost. We can't deal with this.
What's your case? What's your case for Sylvanas, old backpack?
People love playing her for no reason, even in the wrong maps and the wrong comps. Like I've seen Sylvanas's
Cursed
like-
Hollow.
That,
Cursed Hollow. Yes, exactly. Cursed Hollow. Or
I'm
even
gonna
even
trait
Temple.
the shit out of this curse.
Yeah. Exactly. Like people say,
That-
I'm a great Sylvanas. Like you press W and spam Q. That's all you do. We all do the same thing.
yeah.
Right? The skill tap's really low.
Yeah, and
no, there's some good Sylvanas.
at silver
There are
level,
some, but
though,
Uh,
at silver level, they're always
think.
like in a lane by themselves, and then they get ganked a lot. That's what happens
Yeah.
at silver level.
too squishy to
So
But everyone is so passionate they're the best Sylvanas. Like everyone says
yeah.
that.
well,
Yeah, I gotta go Sylvanas too.
I voted for Sylvanas as well.
I'm gonna vote for Murky, just because all the other ones you can still kind of play your game. With Murky, you're forced to play like a 4-1 or so much differently. You can't really team fight anymore unless the Murky is like godlike and really good and shows up to team fights. So I'll go with Murky.
I think
Yeah. Go ahead.
Probius, Murky, and Cho'Gall. Those three heroes are kind of like the classic tilt of you see it in draft, you're like, oh, this game's over already. But Sylvanas is the slow drip, death of 1,000 cuts kind of tilt. Like, oh, there goes Sylvanas throwing out E and getting stunned and not able to use it, and then he's dead. And then there goes Sylvanas not in position or not pushing with the Immortal, so the Immortal dies without doing any fort damage.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, I think the thing is with the other three, Probius, Murky, and Cho'Gall, your expectation's really low, so you're not really that pissed during the game because your expectation's
Yeah.
low. So Von's like, oh, maybe she'll be good, maybe. Like, no.
And she's a maybe if we're winning, we'll win more. No, usually we're losing and we lose more.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
getting camped
Hey,
right now.
hey, let me mind control this guy right in front of the enemy ETC.
Oh.
I'm not calling. I'm not calling out that person just to make the joke.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
You
just,
did. You
I'm just
called
making the
it out right
joke. I'm just making the joke.
All right, so I guess it's either gonna we can say Sylvanas for the entire game, and we can say like Cho'Gall or Murky for the draft.
Yeah.
How about that?
Three-way tie.
Sounds good.
Three-way.
What was it?
So
Four-way. It's a four-way tie, actually.
Uh,
'Cause it's two
Yeah, there's two
people.
heads.
all right, so for the gameplay is Sylvanas, but for the draft it's either Cho'Gall or Murky. So there you go.
Well,
For those of you counting at home,
I'd say Cho'Gall
yeah.
because the
Yeah.
two deaths, two deaths
Yeah,
for
but,
one.
So no one really wins with this category anyway. So
I guess.
let's move on.
All
All right. So lastly, all right. So what was the worst overall hero of 2017? And for me, it's Valera. It's not even close. But
Valera.
yeah, let's go to Scott.
Worst?
The worst hero.
Old backpack Valera.
Valera.
It's not the worst release. It could be any hero, right?
Hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
The worst hero of the game.
Yeah, Murky. I don't like him. I don't like playing with him, playing against him. I don't like that play style.
So Hero Physio, what was your worst character in 2017?
Hardest category. Come back to me. Come back.
All right, let's go to Tire Baron.
Probius.
Oh. All right, let's go to Bacon.
Probius.
Rainer.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You guys didn't pick Rainer? Rainer
No.
is ass.
Yeah.
He's a generic introductory character. He's the
does
noob
something.
friendly character.
Yeah.
He's got his role.
He can fit in with other comps. That's the thing. That's what.
But he's
I
so
mean,
bad. at what he does.
Probius, Murky. It's like you have to change up everything to accommodate.
All right, so Hero Physio.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Rainer. I'll say Chen, just because he doesn't get played a lot.
What? Chen?
Chen.
I still play him. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic.
You play all the troll characters though.
He's a troll.
Chen's pretty bad right now.
Yeah, he's a
He's
furry
really
troll.
bad. Really bad.
What does the chat say? Do we have anything on chat? What the?
Moxley said his vote. The worst overall hero is Physio.
Oh, nice. And
He'll get
Soken-
the honorary award.
Yeah, so Soken
Yeah.
or No Name says it's in every award. But all right, so Soken No Name votes for Valera. So FYI. So there you go.
Well, like Valera, she was so toxic. Then she was so shitty. Now she's toxic again. She's never had a comfortable place in the game. I've always hated her. In every
There
point
was that
this
period of
release.
4 months where she was like kind of quiet before the rework.
Mhm.
Now, she got a couple of
Yeah.
nerfs and that didn't really do that kind of threw out of the meta, and then she was quiet and then now she's toxic as hell, obviously. But it's only been a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Now, I guess I'll take Raynor out because I do agree he's the beginner hero. So whatever, fine, okay.
The
Raynor's
problem
out.
I have,
He's
the problem I
bad.
have with the Valera is her play style. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. If you're Nova, you can, you're shooting from afar. If you're Zeratul, you have to, you can get CC'd and stuff like that. But with Valera,
But-
you're just walking around. You're stunned and you're dead.
Now there's counterplay because you can see the shadow, but
Yeah.
for Probius,
Okay,
we all
They had
agree
that-
has
they implemented that like 3 weeks ago. What about the other like 11 months of her shittiness?
Yeah.
She was bad. Why you're
Yeah,
when
she was
comes
bad.
out, you're not dying. What was your issue? She couldn't kill you.
Got buffed though.
this current Valera toxicness was for like the first 2 weeks of her release and the last 2 weeks. The other like 7 months, she was kind of nothing. And
I don't think we need a character. We didn't need a character like this in the game. That's basically it. We don't need this.
I'm backing up Probius because
Oh.
he was this playstyle for the entirety of his release.
He was.
And
Yeah, that's the
shitty,
intent.
not part of the meta, all right? Silent the entire way. Everyone hates him. Doesn't fit the lore, right? And there's people like fucking Hero Physio that are diehard Probius mains that ruin the game for everyone else.
Wait, we usually win those
There's-
games. But you know what? Those
there's-
are really good arguments. Those are good arguments.
There's something to be said that Probius and Valera have been in almost every single category here, but Valera currently, it's only a short time frame that she's been this toxic, but Probius has been shitty this entire time.
It's a
I should call
lifestyle.
him Pubius again.
Probius.
Yes, Probius the lifestyle. The biggest thing is it so doesn't hit the Protoss theme. Like, okay, you give him pylon, you give him a cannon. Okay, that's Probius, or that's a Protoss playstyle. Not really. There's a lot more to Protoss than just those two buildings.
Yeah, where's the gateway where you just
Yeah.
start summoning like zealots or something?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I
Warp
think we
him in.
talked about that when he first came out. Like, where's the warp gate? The warp
Yeah,
gate.
like, warp your team in from anywhere on the map. That'd be really cool.
This is why we
Asmodee
designated
has it.
Probius as Pubius, because
Mm-hmm.
like granted Hero Physio and Schizo and the guy who actually play Probius, they're good with Probius, but it's such a shitty dick playstyle that we call him Pubius the
Yeah.
Pubius
Nobody
the
wants
dick
to play with you
adjacent
or
pro.
against you.
Yeah.
You're like a leper.
You're a leper with a gun. You can still kill people in the game, but no one wants to be next to you.
No matter how well you play, everybody's lost respect for you.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm good with either Valera or Probius, to be honest.
I think Bacon just convinced me into a Probius stall.
Yeah. Disappointing character, like we said.
All right. Well, let's
Valera's
make.
that bad. You guys are overrating her toxicity.
Well, you should play at the bronze and silver and low gold.
If
and
you're a
see how it feels.
squishy player, don't run around by yourself. Valera's not that big an issue then.
Yeah.
It actually
And-
hasn't been in my games. Like, you can actually see her coming. That's the biggest thing. Is that
Yeah.
like she's not that hard to see anymore.
All right. All right, so there you go. So Probius is
Oh.
the worst hero. Yes.
Okay. Now we've already chosen Probius, but Ender Wigan in chat is making a case for Garrosh. Garrosh was worst to play against or with, was banned for most of his release until the rework. What would you guys say to that?
Actually, that's a good point. But like, I know how to play against Garrosh. I don't like. I mean, I know how to like avoid him and make him, less
Yeah, I
effective.
mean, with the with me and old backpack, we just go Tyrael and ETC and just kill the shit out of their team. So, but I never had an issue with Garrosh actually.
Yeah, I was okay with him.
Yeah, just Tyrael.
Yeah.
Go Q build with Tyrael and go ETC and just dive the shit out of them. And you're
Mhm.
good.
Hmm.
But I can see why he was hated by everyone for a very long time. So I get that.
I don't think he was hated. It's just more like of an annoyance. Like, okay, first ban. All right, it's Garrosh. Don't even think about it. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where Valyria is now. But we hate Valyria more so.
Yeah. So.
So,
Anyway,
Probius,
that-
congratulations.
Oh, yes.
You're
Yep.
the worst
Yeah.
1-0 hero.
Ah.
You get the tip of the wiener. I mean, the tower.
Nice.
Wiener.
It's-
Tower.
No.
Oh,
It's not a
Wiener
wiener.
me.
All right.
It's
So
like a little eye at the.
yeah, like the Lord
Oh,
of the
shit.
Rings.
yeah.
Oh, it's Sauron.
Oh man,
So bad.
Solomon or Sauron. All right. So that concludes the Tower Berries. Is that what they're called?
the
Tower berries.
tower berries, yeah.
All right. So that's the Tower Berries. First one ever. All right.
And I thank Hero for letting me do that and agreeing to be on the show. And I thank Saskatchewan, the province, for existing, I guess.
It's our honor, really.
All right. So briefly, we got a new